Welcome to the Femalepreneur Coach podcast. I am your host, Rebecca Barr. I am a transformational mindset and business coach and six-figure award-winning female entrepreneur. Ladies, I'm here to tell you that business and making money doesn't have to be hard when you're in alignment and flow. Inside this podcast, I will be showing you how to transform your mindset to program it for success, how to maximize your money vibrations, and how to redesign your business for ultimate financial and time freedom. You know you are meant to live an epic life. Now it's time to claim it. Hi ladies, hope you're all having an amazing week. This is going to be a shorter episode today. It's just one that I felt super called to record, super inspired, and that is all around the topic of procrastination. So this has come up this week, so I've been guest speaking in another ladies group about this particular topic, but funny enough, it's come up a few times in conversations with friends. So it's full disclaimer, by the way, it's half term here in the UK, so you may hear children in the background, but as I always say, done is better than perfect, and any inspired action is better than no action at all. So I just, like I say, I felt called to record this episode today all around procrastination because somebody may need to hear this today. So the first thing I think to bear in mind when it comes to procrastination is really looking into the reasons why you are holding off doing something, doing whatever it is. I always like to look at that resistance that I'm getting around a task and just think, why is this coming up for me? So typically there's three reasons why we might procrastinate on taking action. It could be that we don't actually want to do something and maybe that goal is not compelling enough for us. So I would always look into why we don't want to do it. Is it because we don't want to do it enough? So it might be that you do want to do it, but you're doing it for the wrong reasons. So it could be that particularly in business, you're doing all the things because everybody else are doing all the things, and actually that particular task is not aligned to you personally and you don't really want to do it. So, and if that is the case, I always say, be empowered enough to say, I don't want to do it. You don't have to do everything else that everybody else is doing. So have the sort of strength and resilience within you to say, no, do you know what? This isn't for me. Everybody else may be doing it. It might be a trend, but I don't want to do it. And that is okay. Stay in your zone of genius and what lights you up instead. And you will inevitably get a bigger return on it anyway. The next reason why we tend to procrastinate is around fear of doing something new or failing. Now, obviously, I've done a whole episode on this, so I would encourage you to go back and listen to that around fear and why it will never feel like the right time, why resistance again comes up for us whenever we're about to do something new. It's because our brain is designed to keep us safe, where everything is familiar in our small, tiny little box, where it knows what the outcome is and where it is comfortable. So whenever we try and then step outside of that and do something new, you are bound to get resistance because that is your brain essentially doing what it's supposed to do. So all you need to do in those situations is recognize that fear, for what it is, and approach it with love. Say, thank you so much, but I'm ready to take the next step and you do not need to keep me safe. And then the last thing that I would say typically around reasons why we procrastinate is a limiting belief that says that you can't. So I'm always super mindful, and I encourage my clients to be, how do you describe yourself as a person? That you are not using words that are disempowering. So a lot of clients that I speak to when I first start working with them, they'll tell me they're not a confident person, they're not very outgoing, they're not good at sales, and it's all the things that they can't do. Your words have power to your subconscious mind. So if you tell yourself you can't do something, guess what? You're not going to be able to do it because it won't feel in alignment with your beliefs. So you really need to dive deep on what it is that's holding you back and how you can then spend time reprogramming those beliefs is super important. And again, I've got other podcast episodes on this. And also, do you make yourself feel bad about having that belief? Let's take the judgment away from it. Like I say, whenever you do something new, it's bound to make you feel a little bit nervous, a little bit outside your comfort zone, and that is absolutely okay. So once we've got to the bottom to the reasons why we are procrastinating on something, and you've established that actually, no, I do want to do this. This is something that's really important to me. I might have had a little bit of fear. I may have a limiting belief that's making me nervous, but I am going ahead with it. Then what I would say is that the first thing you need to do is obviously recognise that you're procrastinating in the first place. And instead of having so much doubt in your mind, try and change your mind to an anything is possible mindset. So a lot of the time, again, when we're procrastinating on something like a newsletter or an IGTV or putting yourself out there, maybe pitching for new business, sometimes we can feel like, oh, what's the point? 'Cause it's not going to work out anyway. It's a waste of my energy. And I would say to try and flip the script. And it's just, for rules of life, it's always good. And for your mental health, change that to an anything is possible mindset. So whenever I send out a newsletter, I always do it with the potential that this might lead to a sale. This might, be just what somebody needs to hear today. It might add value to my audience. It positions me as an expert. Like, I look at all the ways in which it's a positive thing to do. If I really don't want to do it and it's something that is not for me and I don't enjoy doing, then I will outsource it. That's the first thing to go for me, because business is not meant to be hard and it's meant to be fun and playful. So if genuinely there's things that are on your list that you are absolutely dithering about, you're taking ages going around the houses because you just don't want to do it and it's not fun to you, then outsource it. Be an empowered CEO of your own business and get somebody else to do it, because they will absolutely love to. So you could send that out to copywriters, to social media managers, to virtual assistants. Like, people have built their whole businesses around providing support to business owners so that they can then stay within their area of genius. And I would say, recognize that and encourage yourself to be empowered to do that. The next thing is about making space in your head and in your diary to actually do the thing. So in your head, I would say journal. If you're distracted, you've got loads of other things going on and things that you need to think about, just do a quick brain dump, quick journal, get rid of it all so that you can come back to it later. And again, with your diary, what I don't want to encourage women to do is to just take on more things. We're very good at doing that, and we have to move away from it because it really, takes away your energy. You then feel really rubbish because you're setting yourself up for failure and you can't possibly get through all the list of things that you want to do. And it just becomes another thing that you just feel really rubbish about. So if you want to do new things, i.e. commit to a new newsletter or workout schedule or something, you need to make space for it in your diary. This is about, okay, if I want to bring this in, and it's all about energetic flows, what needs to go out. So every time I buy something new, I make sure that I get rid of something else. Otherwise, my house would be an absolute cluttered mess. And it's the same with your diary. So if that is, walking the dog, can someone else do it? Can someone else make dinner? Can someone else do the school run? Can someone else, like I say, do these other admin tasks that you're bogged down doing at the moment? Have a real think and be honest with yourself about that. The next thing is about getting organised and making a plan. So stop trying to multitask and do all the things at the same time. It's about blocking out intentional time and eliminating distractions. And if you can do this the day before, even better, because then you start the day fresh with a plan to follow. It takes away all of the thinking that you need to do around, right, what do I need to do next? And it really helps keep you in high energy states. So we can actually get fatigued by having to make too many decisions in a day. Sorry, that got off there. So this is all around stop trying to multitask, getting really good at making quick decisions, taking time for yourself, blocking it out, eliminating distractions, get rid of your phone. And if it may be that you need to then have a conversation with your children or your partner and let people know what you're doing, then do that. It's about setting aside really intentional time, because you'll also do it much quicker. I also like to break it down into mini goals. So one of the things that I teach inside my business academy is how to essentially create masterclasses and how to monetize your business in a way that doesn't require your personal energy. Obviously, offering self-studies to your clients is a great way to do that. However, I'm not going to try and write a whole masterclass or module for my academy in one go. It would be really exhausting. And quite draining, and I'm a real reflector. So this is all about then leaning into your personality types. So I'm very much a reflector. I like to do something, come away, reflect, go back, do it again, like build layers on top of it, refine, improve where I can. So this is all about breaking if you've got a really big task, breaking it down into mini goals or chunks so that you can just do one bit at a time, and then you've got that time and space to come back to it. It then seems super achievable. So if it's very rare that I'll book something out in my diary for longer than an hour. So I would definitely encourage you to try and take that practice as well, because it really makes sure that time is super focused, super intentional, a little bit of pressure to get it done, and you won't allow distractions to creep in. Again, I've already mentioned boundaries. So this is with yourself and with others. So tell yourself that there's nothing more determined than a woman who is, has an intention to do something and is super focused on that outcome. So, if this is important to you, you've already determined that you want to do it, it's super important. It's about giving yourself and honouring that desire and giving yourself the time and space to do it. Then hold yourself accountable. So this could be connecting with your why. So no excuses, ladies. If you've said that you want to do it and you know that you can, then let's get to it. Hold yourself accountable. Stop letting yourself be distracted or taken off track by other people's priorities. It's not serving you, and you're not then equally, by exchange, serving anybody else. And if you need a community to do that, then that's one of the things that I value most is the community that I've built inside the Business Academy, because we really hold each other accountable. It also means when we do then have those moments that are like, yes, I did my first live, I did my first newsletter, you've got people to celebrate that with, and it's super exciting. I'd also say as well, in terms of keeping yourself accountable, connect with your why. So this isn't like, oh, if I do this newsletter, then I'm serving my community, I'm building trust with my audience, which is all really important. It's about leaning into the bigger purpose of your business. And this is why, again, I always get my ladies inside the academy to start with that first. When building a business, it's why is it important to you? Because that why and that connection to the bigger mission, purpose and values will really enable you to keep going during those tough times. That will really allow you to say, have that tough love talk with yourself when you're wasting time and when you're not doing the things that you want to do and when you're taking yourself off track. It's no. This is why it's so important. My kids are going to have a really great Christmas by bringing so much income. I'm going to have so much purpose, and I'm going to feel so great when I do this. I'm going to, just all those things that are personal to you. And then I always have a picture of my vision board on my phone or on my desk, so that if I do feel tempted to reach to my phone, then the first thing that pops up is my vision board, and that will instantly bring me back to my why. So I definitely encourage you to do the same sort of things, whatever that means for you, some sort of anchor that keeps you connected to that why and your vision, so that you do, it just becomes a non-negotiable and you can get it done. But equally, remove the pressure from yourself about perfectionism, because that's also another form of self-sabotage. Done is better than perfect. You only need to be 2 steps ahead of your clients. So, like this podcast today, I could have re-recorded this 100 times over, but I know ultimately in my heart of hearts I would never have got around to doing it because the kids are off. But I felt inspired to do it, and I knew that somebody would get value from this today, so I've just carried on regardless. And somebody will get value from this. They'll listen to this today and it will be just the thing that they need to hear, and that's what keeps me focused and accountable to just get it out. Like I say, done is better than perfect. And any action is better than no action, particularly when you're trying to manifest something, these big money goals. You need to meet the universe halfway, and that essentially starts with you doing the thing and starting to take those baby steps. And then finally, reward yourself. If it's something you've been agonizing over for ages and backwards and forwardsing, and then you do actually achieve it and get it done, then oh my God, let's snaps for you. Give yourself the biggest pat on the back, give yourself a little mini cheer, reward yourself with something fabulous, and, acknowledge that you've done it and that you are amazing. And the next time you do it, it will be easier. The next time after you do it, after that, it will be effortless. And you will just get into this habit of being super focused, super intentional with all of the steps that I've taught you. And yeah, you will just turn around, and those are $1 million decisions and actions that will get you that bit closer to your $1 million business. So I really hope that you found this episode useful. Apologies, there was a break in the middle, but as I said, anything, any action is better than no action, and it done is better than perfect. And I hope that you found value in this, and have a fantastic day. Thank you for listening to this episode. It's been amazing to share this time with you, and I feel honoured to be part of your journey. If you've loved what you've heard, had an aha moment, or found value in this episode, then please do like, comment and share. I would love to connect with you on Instagram and Facebook, so come and find me, and I look forward to helping you build your epic life.